What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to cover the best ways to go out there and uncover suppliers for your products. Now, in this course we're not going to really cover how to go out and find US based suppliers. That's something that you'd probably want to look into if you were to be selling health supplements, beauty products, or anything that goes in your body, or a topical cream of sorts. But for 95% of you, you're going to be sourcing from China because China is the way to go for most every other type of product, just because the price is unbeatable. The price is unbeatable, and contrary to popular belief with many people, quality is quite good, especially if you find a good supplier. I've always been extremely impressed with the quality of product that my suppliers have been able to provide me. So get that out of your head right now if you have that lingering notion in your head that things made in China are cheap pieces of crap, because it's just not true. Because they happen to make everything from the cheapest items for sale all the way up to an Apple iPhone. It's all made in China, whether it be good quality, bad quality. It's just up to you to do your due diligence and find the proper supplier for the product. So that's what we're going to do here. And right now we're on the homepage of Alibaba. Of course, you probably know what Alibaba is. They are the king of the online supplier directory world. This is basically a platform where all the biggest suppliers in China are all on this platform. They're pre-vetted. They have legal documentation. They have quality checks, assurance. They have everything. So again, they're pre-vetted. You know that they're legit players if they're on this platform, and it's just a great platform. They sort of serve as the middleman between you and the supplier. So Alibaba's number one. We also have similar sites, DHgate. Now, DHgate is similar to Alibaba. I have never personally used DHgate, although some people like to use them. I think they have certain perks, such as possibly some shipping benefits that I've heard on it, but don't quote me on this. This is just sort of a sister or knockoff of Alibaba. We have Global Sources. These guys are huge as well. They are just another supplier directory, sort of like Alibaba. And again, I'm just highlighting what the main four are, just so you have that as knowledge. So number 4 would be India Mart. And this one is different from the other 3 that I just mentioned, because these are primarily Indian suppliers. And some people, from what I have seen or heard, like to use this platform because they find that some products sourced in India are far cheaper than China, and they can find some killer deals on occasion. Now, in summary, you can go with so many different platforms, so many different ways. And by the way, many of the suppliers that are on Alibaba are also on DHgate, are also on Global Sources. So there's a good chance there's a lot of overlap. For the sake of what I am extremely familiar with, what I know inside and out, I'm going to be referring to Alibaba only. So this is what we're going to be working with. Alibaba's the king. Alibaba's what I know. And Alibaba is what I'm going to be sticking to throughout this course. This, in my opinion, is the number one place to find your Amazon private label supplier. Now, so this is the homepage, and basically the first step that we want to do is just type in like the main keyword of our product. Let's go workout glove, and we'll see what comes up. Now, before you click on any of the listings or anything like that, we need to check off a couple filters. So you see right here, filter results by. We need to check both of these off, trade assurance as well as Gold Plus supplier. So trade assurance is a free service that protects your orders from payment to delivery. So basically, you're able to pay over trade assurance with a credit card or a checking account, and you get to pay over the Alibaba platform, which is just really easy. Number one, you don't have to go to a bank and do a wire transfer. So it's easy and it's secure, because wire transfers or PayPal or anything like that are not going to be covered by trade assurance. Trade assurance gives you an extra layer of security and protection. Now, even if I don't do trade assurance, because I commonly still do wire transfers for my business, you still want to check this off because it just, again, we're just whittling away the lesser suppliers right now. So even if you don't plan on doing trade assurance, still check it off because it's going to filter out and leave us with the best, most qualified and trustworthy suppliers. So trade assurance, and let's go Gold Plus supplier. So those are the two filters. Now we can start sorting through this mess. So again, there's two different scenarios. You either know going into this exactly how you want the design of your product to be, all the features, all the colors, the size, the dimensions, you know everything. Or scenario two, you have no idea, you're just doing some brainstorming, and maybe you actually want to get ideas from the supplier themselves. So in that situation, what you want to do is just reach out to as many suppliers as humanly possible. And in the real world, I would literally click on every single one of these listings, no matter what the glove looked like. Maybe there's a certain glove on here, like this one or this one, that on this main image here, I have no interest in sourcing this particular product. But you have to keep in mind, this is just the main image of the listing. Most all of these suppliers, especially if they are a manufacturer, can make anything that you want. So it doesn't matter what you see on the main image here. You can give them exact instructions and criteria. They can make exactly what you want. It doesn't matter. So again, I would contact literally 10 to 15 of your suppliers, and literally one other thing, I'll just click on this guy randomly. One other thing that you want to make sure of is over here you'll see, well, you can double confirm that they're Gold Plus, you can double confirm that they're trade assured. If they have reviews, that's a plus. 4.8 out of 5, so you're good there. You just want to make sure they're reputable, right? 39 transactions, you want to make sure they're doing some sort of volume, they're making money, they have a good response time, good response rate, and I like to always choose suppliers whose top market is in North America, because that's us. I want suppliers who are the most experienced with shipping into Amazon.com, not Eastern Asia or Western Europe. Again, it's not a huge limiting factor if North America is not number one, but it's something that I look for. The second thing that you want to be sure of is if they are indeed a manufacturer and not a wholesaler. So certain factories on this platform will actually be wholesalers, meaning they get the products from the manufacturers and then they wholesale it to you. So you're always going to get a higher price as compared to that of the manufacturer. And secondly, you want to be in direct contact with the source of the product, because you can offer, again, it's direct communication, and I don't really need to explain all the benefits of that. So you always want the manufacturer. We can usually get a quick confirmation by just scrolling down the page. Let's just read through this a little bit. Okay. All right. Sometimes it says up here, company profile. So they are a trading company. I like it when a manufacturer, business type is a manufacturer. That's my personal preference. Again, I'm picky. I'm just going to go try to find another guy real quick. Let's check out this guy. Okay, we're all good here. This all looks pretty good. 13 years experience. Let's get his company profile. Okay, there we go. Manufacturer, comma, trading company, right here, business type. This guy I would be more inclined to do business with. He's got North America as number one. He's got decent level of transactions. He does not have any reviews. Not a deal breaker. Again, this is why this is all a numbers game, right? Finding the right supplier is simply a numbers game. That's why you have to reach out and contact 10, 15, or 20 different suppliers. And don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly the email template that I use to just literally copy and paste. And you can send out 20 emails within 5 minutes by doing my method. And I'm going to give you the templates for 100% free. So you'll be seeing that in the next video. But these are just the things I look out for on this Alibaba platform. How do I determine whether they're worthy of an email? How do I, determine their credibility, all that? And I just showed you and highlighted exactly how I can do that. So in the next video, I'm going to show you my email templates, and then I'm going to actually show you in real time some supplier negotiations. I've already reached out and contacted 15 to 20 suppliers for this exact product, the workout glove. I'm going to show you real time negotiating, real time emailing and messaging between these suppliers so you can actually see what is said, the language that is used. And I just find that to be far more useful than me sitting here and telling you theory. Why not show you the real thing? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. What's going on, guys? So I am on the templates page here in Evernote that I'm going to be sharing with you that shows you my supplier email templates. And I highlight a couple high-level things on the top, some tips, some negotiating tactics. You can read over all of that at your discretion, but for the sake of the video here, I'm going to be showing you the email introduction templates. Now, I have two scenarios, scenario 1 and scenario 2. I do not have templates included that cover the follow-up messages after the introduction because it's so situational and dependent on the supplier, the product. There's so many different avenues that the conversation can go that there's just no one-size-fits-all piece that I found useful enough to be able to stick in here. So first impression is everything, guys. I have the introductions, what you want to come out of the gate. Establish yourself immediately as an authority figure. Show them that you know what you're doing. Show them that you've been here, done that before, and that you're not just some random Joe Blow who contacts them 300 times per day, right? Because you have to keep in mind, these suppliers get so many messages each and every day, and 99% of the messages they get from the people who contact them, first of all, don't know what they're doing. Second of all, are never actually going to follow through and invest money with them. So you need to stand out, kind of like how we need to stand out on Amazon with our product. We need to actually stand out to these suppliers and let them know that we're for real. We're A players and they want to do business with us. So it's kind of how I've geared these email templates. So let's just go over the number one scenario here. So you already know exactly what type of product you want, and you know the price point, the color, the size, the quantity. You know exactly what you want. You just need to find a supplier that can make it at a good price. So here's the template for that. Hi, my name's Pete. I'm a buyer for an online retail company. You can mention your brand if you have one. Branching out into outdoor accessories, we're a top 20. If you're not a top 20 Amazon seller, then don't lie. Okay, in the USA and have vast experience across many different product lines. You can just say we are a high volume buyer. If you don't want to throw in the 20% stat there, just say you're a high volume buyer or high volume seller. I'm contacting you because we're very interested in your portable camping tent based on the design and MOQ below. MOQ stands for minimum order quantity. That is a term that you're going to have to get used to seeing. Please quote me a fair price so we can get started ASAP with a sample. Green camo color, 4 metal stakes, identical to this Coleman tent. Check the image attachments for reference. So I'm going to be attaching an image within this message of the tent. Durable zippers, 2-inch black thick footprints, custom packaging design and logo, MOQ 9,000 units. Boom. So you hit them with everything in a nice listed format. That's what they want. You want to be as descriptive as humanly possible with these suppliers. Leave nothing up to chance. And that's the first scenario. you know exactly what you want. You tell them exactly what you're looking for, and they can come back at you with a quote, and you can follow up. Scenario 2. You have no idea how exactly you want to design your product, how you want it to look, colors, you don't even know, you have no idea, right? But you know that you want to source this particular product, but you want it to be unique and different from the ones you see on Amazon, but you're just not sure how you can make it unique, okay? Well, luckily for us, a lot of these suppliers have catalogs, and contained within some of these catalogs, they're always innovating and coming out with these new styles and new designs for their products. And that's exactly the information we're going to try to pry from them. We're going to try to get their new designs, their new styles, and so we can be potentially first to market on Amazon with a particular style, and that can carry a lot of weight. So, hi Ella, my name's Pete. I'm a co-founder of an e-commerce company that sells products across many brands. We sell in many different niches and categories across Amazon, eBay, and Shopify. Contacting you because we're very interested in sourcing a truly unique camping tent. I'd love to know if you have any new designs you'd be willing to share so we can take a look. Could you also attach your full product catalog? Thanks. We are a large seller on Amazon, which means we are also a large volume buyer and are certainly looking for a long-term relationship. So you see how this is language? We're immediately establishing ourselves as an authority figure. Anytime you mention that you want a long-term relationship, they look highly upon that. They like that phrase. That's what they're interested in. Do you offer customization? Would it be an option for us to design our very own camping tent for you to make? Thank you very much. So that is the more likely scenario that you would have, is scenario number 2 here. Now you might know exactly what you want. And one thing I did not include in scenario number 1 here is a price point. If you have a target price, then go ahead and include it. But again, these are the templates. They're really simple but really effective because they're languaged properly. They're languaged in a way that tells and conveys to the supplier that we are an A player. We've sent these types of messages many times before. This is not our first time. And that we are established, right? We're for real. So in the real world, again, you don't have to copy these word for word. Change up whatever you want. And again, at least 10 to 15, guys. Please do at least 10 to 15 per product. Take the extra time and effort out of your day. I mean, how many extra minutes is it going to take you to copy and paste the same exact email to 10 suppliers as it would one supplier? You know what I mean? Probably 5 minutes. All you have to do is change this name right here, Jackie, right? Just change the name. That's it. So that's that. Let me show you now on Alibaba how it looks in the real world. Okay, here we are on Alibaba. So I took the second template and emailed all these suppliers for the workout glove. I'm not going to read it because you just saw it on the Evernote document that you're going to get. So why don't we just see how these conversations play out? Okay. All right. Yes, we received it. We can reply to you by Monday. Okay, great. Thanks. Some people are not, again, remember when I said you have to be as descriptive as possible with most of these people? Well, yeah, if you're not, then you can get responses like this. So it's better for us to send your design. Don't worry, your design would be shared. Don't worry that it will be shared. We're a gold supplier, which means authentication from TUV, whatever that means. Our integrity in product. So they want us to come at them with our own design or picture or something to show them. And by the way, something I'm not going to cover is if you're having a really hard time convey a certain design of a product or a certain feature to the supplier, what I highly recommend that you do is order the product that you're referring to on Amazon, get free Prime shipping, have it delivered to your house, have your competitor's product delivered to your house, and then create a video of you with the product, literally showing them, in real time on the video, the feature that you're talking about, what you mean. Video is going to be the most effective way of communication if it has to come to that. Just a little tip. So we don't have a specific design. Sorry, may you show me your designs. I'll reply on Monday. Great, thanks. Okay, now they attached a catalog for me. Let me see here. I'll hit download. Let's see what we're looking at here. Let's give it a second to load here. Okay, so we got a few glove options here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Again, it's pretty tough to tell from these pictures. They're not very good pictures. They don't tell me the materials that they're made with. They don't give me any sort of insight on what the pricing differential would be. Again, these are just pictures. This is not a great or informative catalog, so I kind of need something more than this. But yeah, so let's go back. So in the meantime, during all this, I've gone and done a bunch of research on Amazon as far as the best-selling workout gloves, and sort of been developing this plan in my head of how I want the glove to look. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So we like to design that has great wrist support, and I just copy and pasted a couple of the product codes that were on that catalog. Can you provide more specific details about these designs? Glad you received it, blah, blah, blah. They're getting more specific now. And they come at me with a price, right? $4.10 or 16 cents per pair, or $3.87 for the other one. And the material is microfiber neoprene. You can look at that. So we're making progress, slight progress, right? Thank you very much. We may proceed with a sample. I'll let you know. Thanks. So during this whole time, I'd say about 2 weeks, this whole conversation took place over about 2 weeks, right? And during that 2-week time, I started to really develop a concrete action plan of exactly how I wanted the glove to look. I knew exactly what the colors were, the materials, exactly how I wanted the glove to be designed. And this is what I came at her with. Sorry for the longer expected reply. We want a women's workout glove, okay? Similar to the image attached, and I have an image attached here from Amazon. Only change we want is a different strap, a larger strap that wraps around and provides better support. And we want a more durable and better grip on the palm, maybe a silica gel material, and we want all black color. Do you have any designs similar? Thank you. I'm going to our sample room to look. We do not have similar gloves as the picture you sent, but we can customize one for you. So this is where the conversation ended, right? We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, I never got back to her. So the reasoning is because in the meantime, I'm literally talking to all these other suppliers at the same time, having very, very similar conversations. So certain suppliers will definitely stick out to you and be better than others just off of your instinct, just, off of response time, off of how well they listen to you, how well they respond, the customer service they provide you. It'll become quite apparent as to who the better suppliers are. And as you can see, look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 workout glove suppliers here. This list started at about 20, and now I'm down to 6, and now I'm whittling it down from 6 to 1. So I'm not going to go through every single interaction. I'm just going to highlight the one that actually I proceeded with, okay? And it was this Violet person right here. Okay. Funny enough, this person actually contacted me because the suppliers themselves will get notifications from Alibaba about buyers like me or you and tell them, hey, this guy Pete over here is contacting a ton of these workout glove suppliers. Maybe you should contact him and tell them that your gloves are the best and maybe he wants to do business with you. So funny enough, this supplier actually contacted me, and that's how we started this relationship. This will not happen often, but it can happen. Thanks, Violet. So now that I know, I'm just going to get super descriptive with this person as far as what exactly we want, right? Copy and paste the same message that you just saw. The women's workout glove, same design as the image attached. She gave me a bunch of similar designs that looked really, really promising. And this is when I proceeded. I was very interested. The designs looked like exactly what I wanted. They were not being sold on Amazon, which is also a huge plus. And this is when you want to go ahead and get the Skype information of the supplier that you really want to go the next step with. You want to get their Skype information so you can carry on the conversation much more easily on Skype as opposed to Alibaba. So in the next video, I'm going to show you the Skype conversation that I had with Tara Wang right here. This is our winning workout glove supplier, and we're going to see what she can do for us in terms of our custom-made gloves. So stay tuned for that in the next video. I'll see you over. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. I'm going to start the conversation from this point. So remember in the last video we had promising conversation with Tara about our workout glove. I think this is going to be our winning supplier for this product because she was first of all, very responsive to everything I asked for. She could match exactly what I wanted as far as product was concerned, and they seemed like they were on the ball, and I did a little background research on the factory itself, and they seem like a very, very legit operation, manufacturer. So I decided to get Tara's Skype information, and I'm going to show you the real live conversations that took place in terms of negotiating. So Tara asked, do you want to sell this on Amazon? I said, arranging for a sample would be smart. Yes, we'll sell them on Amazon. Just so you have an idea, we plan on starting with an MOQ, minimum order quantity, 5,000 pieces. Around what price would you quote us for if the sample is of desired quality and style? Okay, wow, that's good to know. We can send you a sample first. If you are satisfied, I can ask my manager to give you best price. Is that okay? Do you need a logo? Okay, that's fine. Yes, we have a logo. We don't need it for the sample though. And the reason I say we don't need it for the sample is because that just lengthens out the process. If the sample is a winner, then we can just put the logo on for the bulk order, and that's cool. But the reason I rarely have the logo on the sample is just simply because that's going to add like another 4 to 5 days potentially to the shipping time of the sample. So I'm impatient. I like to get things moving as fast as possible, so I usually forego the logo. Sample charge is $40, including the shipping by FedEx. Okay, cool. Can you draft up an invoice in PayPal? Yeah, PayPal's okay, great. So she gave me an invoice for PayPal for $40. I paid it, and I'm just confirming with her, because at this point I was like, it kind of dawned on me, right? I've never sold a product that has different sizes, and I'm like, well, what size are you going to actually send me? Because I know there's like small, medium, large, so I was like, question, how exactly do the sizes work? Will you just be sending me one size? We only have one size right now. For your quantity, we can make the custom size. How many custom sizes can you make? How many do you need? I said small, medium, large should be fine. Okay, I gave her a receipt of my PayPal payment. Here we go, and thank you for the payment. There's the tracking number, and here we go. All right. So I'm getting to some more validation and clarity on the sizing, how it actually works. You know, how many inches, for what size hand does a small correlate to, medium, large, etc.? Like what, how does it work? Because I don't know. And I asked, are the sizes unisex or are they meant for women only? They are unisex. Okay, so we know that. All right, now I've approved the sample. The sample's really nice. So I'm like, Tara, Remember about that 5,000 MOQ quote? Can you please get back to me with that quote for 5,000 pieces like before? And then she asked me if I can provide her my logo. I said, okay. And I also provided her with a custom card to go inside the packaging. So here we go. The unit price is $3.57 per pair of gloves, right? FOB, that means free on board. That means the supplier is responsible for the transportation of the product from their warehouse to the Chinese shipping port, and also the when it lands in the USA. There's FOB and EXW. I might make a separate video on that, but honestly, just Google it. What's the difference between FOB and EXW? Because those are the two different shipping terms that you will be seeing a lot. And that price includes one pair of gloves with our custom logo, with our custom thank you card, and with our packaging. So that's an incredibly good bargain. I'm happy with this, really happy. And just one thing I forgot to mention. Are you experienced with labeling and shipping into Amazon? Of course we are. Okay, great. Again, I'm just confirming, because remember, each and every one of our products needs its own individual SKU label that we print from within Amazon, and then we will send off to Tara via PDF, either in Skype or by email, and then they will then print out and stick on each label on each of the products. That's what FBA requires. All right, so I'm giving her the artwork for, actually, no, this is a PI. This is a pro forma invoice, just a fancy way of saying, an invoice for the order. All right, so this is where I want you to pay attention. Thanks so much, Tara. I'll get the artwork from our designer over to you ASAP. After deep discussion with my colleagues, we decided we want to start with a smaller MOQ of 600 units to test for quality and customer demand. Once we prove the product in the marketplace, we'll then proceed to order a much larger quantity. So that being said, could you please quote us a new PI for 600 units? Hi Peter, I'm sorry, our MOQ for this glove is 1,000, our minimum MOQ. Kindly please order at least 1,000. Hi Tara, 1,000 pairs shouldn't be a problem. Again, not many suppliers will have such a large MOQ. Normally, from my experience, you can order 200, 300 units without any problem. But this supplier requires 1,000 at least. And I'm okay with it because, number one, the prices are extremely low. And number two, we're probably going to realistically have to give away 200 or 300 of these gloves at a major discount in order to get ranked. So it's nice to have a little bit of an extra cushion after our aggressive ranking campaign to where we don't have to maybe reorder right away. So we'll get into that later, but just want to plant that seed in your head. So how many sizes do you need? Let's go with the small, medium, and large. Okay. My manager said it's okay to make these 3 sizes. And then this is the funny part, right? She's like, but the price will be higher, just letting you know, because obviously the price is always higher, guys, when you're going down from 5,000 to 600. So always cheaper the higher, the more you order. That's why I started with 5,000. It's a negotiating tactic. I never had any intention of actually ordering 5,000. So, and this is the end result that you can sometimes pull off by doing that tactic. The price for 1,000 is $3.72 a pair, and you need to pay $50 for logo. So we went down from 5,000 to 1,000 units. The price only went up by 15 cents per pair. That's insane, right? This is an unbelievable price for 1,000 units. And these are good quality gloves, guys, because I actually legit ordered this sample and it's at my house right now. It's actually a really good product. So, and Tara, here's the artwork. I got you the logo. I got you the customized card to go inside, thank you card. And there's one other thing that I want to ask Tara about. I want to ask her, about a free bonus item. So if you recall that we're designing this glove and more in particularly to women. Why did I go with that? Because I uncovered using the helium-10 magnet tool that the majority of search of traffic and buying activity around this product was women and not men. So that got me thinking, right? If we're selling this for women, what would be a really, really cheap and cool free add-on? I was thinking a workout jewelry, a piece of workout jewelry, like a necklace, a bracelet, or earrings. So I just did a simple search in Alibaba, and I saw these little dumbbell necklaces. And I know these are popular because I go to the gym a lot myself, and I know I'm kind of hip to what these, workout girls are all into. So I know they like this stuff. And I'm trying to get some quotes for Tara for these items, because I want to add this as a free bonus, right? We have such margin on our product, such a low price for these gloves, that we have a little bit of wiggle room to offer a free bonus. You're not going to have that luxury on every product, right? So I just came up with a random brand name called Fit Glove. This is a logo I made by myself in Canva using an image tool called Canva for 100% free. I made it in all of 10 minutes. And she's just getting back to me with different designs and prices. This one's extremely expensive. I would never ever pay this much money for 1,000 necklaces. Remember, we need 1,000 necklaces because each necklace is going to go in our glove packaging. So I want to go with a cheaper necklace for, so here we go. This ended up being the winner right here. 38 cents a piece. I like this design. It was cool. It was sleek. I like the dark kind of graphite color because it'll suit everybody. And that's 38 cents, right? So let's do the math real quick. So for 1,000 units, right, we're at $3.72 a pair. And this includes packaging, logo, custom insert, thank you card. And now we're going to add 38 cents for a free bonus, plus 0.38. So we're at $4.10 all in right now. What is the one remaining cost that we're not sure of yet? So we can fully 1,000% dial in what our profit loss is going to be on this product. That would be the shipping. So we're at $4.10. Let's keep going. And let's just scroll down to where we get to the shipping. Here's the card that I designed in Canva for all of, for free, and it took me 10-15 minutes. I think it actually looks pretty good. And here's the back. I actually give them a little coupon code, 15% off. Again, I'll have another video on product inserts, on how to make them and strategies and whatnot in a different video. Hi, Tara. So here we go with the shipping, right? This is the one thing remaining that I need to find out. For 1,000 units, if we're doing Air Express, could you provide me with a quote estimate on that? And the address that I gave them right here, you see this address? This is the address of the FBA warehouse in Dallas, Texas. So I like to use that warehouse as a benchmark for my shipping quotes just because it's in the center of the country and it's, within reason, give or take a few dollars either way. It's going to give you a decent estimate. So FedEx shipping is $685, 4 to 9 days time. Great, thanks. So let's add that in. We know we're at 410. So what is 685 divided by 1,000? So that adds an extra 68 cents a unit. Okay? So we're at 4.1 plus 0.68. Total, all in, landed cost $4.78 per unit. Remember, that's a pair So it's 2 units, I guess, but per unit, $4.78. That's the magical number that we wanted to discover. We got it. Now, I'm going to close out Skype, and in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how we go back into that amazing FBA calculating software to discover exactly what our product's profit, ROI, profit margin will be. So you got to see that one. That's very important. It's the final step of the whole puzzle. See you there. All right, guys, so we got our landed cost dialed in at $4.78. We're happy about that. That includes everything. So we need to plug it back into our handy FBA calculator and determine our final verdict on what our ROI is going to be and what our profit margin is going to be. Just so we know, right? So I'm on Amazon. I clicked on a workout glove that's going to be similar to ours. Again, it's going to be similar size, dimensions, and weight to our glove. So we know that these numbers are going to be quite on par with ours. So let's come up here to this Chrome extension, Ultimate FBA Calculator. Click on it, and it's going to spit out all this information. Now, the only thing we have to do, we're not shipping by freight. See this $200 right here? We're not shipping it by freight. We're putting this at 0. We already figured out our air shipping cost and baked it into our unit manufacturing cost already, right? So we baked it in. We're going to put $4.78. And the only thing left that you can play with would be the price up here. So this guy's selling price is pretty high. This is what you're going to want to play around with. But anyway, let's calculate this. So literally on our very first order of this product, we can go out there right out of the gate and have 187% ROI, have a almost 45% profit margin, and almost $9 profit per unit. It's absolutely insane, okay? It may not mean a whole lot to you who are brand new to this business, but to be able to do that on your very first product, very first order, because remember the first order is most likely always going to be the worst profit on, because you're ordering a low amount. You don't know what you're doing. There's more room to make mistakes on certain things that might add a couple costs here and there. Again, it's your first order, right? So to be able to pull this off is incredible. You can adjust this price. I mean, heck, if we were to even lower this to 18, we're still making over a 40% margin, right? That's incredible. So everything checks off in my book. Everything seems like a home run. It's all a winner. High profit product, low risk, no liability concern with this product. It seems to tick all the boxes in my book. So again, we got our winner. We know what we want to do. And yeah, I hope these last couple of videos have been utterly just ridiculously value packed for you guys, because I certainly don't see anyone else out there teaching this kind of stuff in this sort of a methodical manner of just having a systematic action plan, that you can duplicate. The beauty with this stuff is you can repeat this product after product, duplicate it. You now know exactly what your numbers are before even sourcing the product. So insanely valuable stuff. Please take some time to soak this all in. You might have to watch this video or the previous one a few times, and that's quite all right. So yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks a lot for tuning in. What's going on, guys? In this video, I want to highlight the differences between air shipping and sea shipping. And I understand this is a pretty popular topic among new sellers, especially because they get quite overwhelmed when dealing with Chinese suppliers in general, but more in particular, shipping terms. Am I going to have to understand all these, like a whole nother language, all that kind of stuff? And I just want to sort of clear the air in this video and simplify things for you and kind of give you digestible pieces of information that are not overwhelming, that you can, so you can confidently go talk to suppliers, request quotes for either air or sea, and feel confident in doing so. So why don't we go ahead and get started? So air versus sea shipping. Well, air shipping is going to be, number one, fastest. And you can either do air express shipping or regular air shipping. So air express will generally be anywhere from 5 to 7 days, all the way to 10 to 15 for regular air shipping, not express. Now, you're going to pay more for express, obviously, for the shorter time, but sometimes it's worth it, and it's also very situational. So let's say you're selling a ton of units at Amazon, you're risking going out of stock. Would paying an extra few $100s to get faster shipping into Amazon actually end up saving you money to risk avoid running out of stock? Yeah, in a lot of cases it most certainly would. So I would actually select the more expensive shipping option in that scenario. If, let's say, for example, this is your very, very first order on all of Amazon, you're brand new to the business, then there's really no need to spend the extra money for the faster shipping time because, again, it's your first product, it's your first order. Let's just get the best bang for our buck and just take our time. So in that situation, I would just do regular air shipping. And air shipping really is the easiest for a variety of reasons. Number one, you don't need your own forwarder. We'll get into what that is in a minute, but you do not need your own forwarder. You do not need to coordinate any of the logistical stuff on your own. It is all handled by the supplier, and yeah, it's just so easy. You pretty much don't have to do anything. But let's play out a sea shipping scenario. So sea shipping takes anywhere from 20 to 45 days. Now, why is that such a large window of time? Well, that's just the way sea shipping is. Sometimes it can take relatively fast, but just keep in mind that these big ocean freight ships, these containers, are coming over all the way over from China, usually into Long Beach, California. That's usually the main port. It's either Long Beach, sometimes further up north in like Oregon or somewhere like that, but it's usually in California. And yeah, I mean, it always, for whatever reason, sea shipping always takes a lot longer than you anticipate. What is sea shipping good for? Well, it is cheapest shipping if you are doing big volume. So sea shipping is only going to be applicable to you if you're doing large volume, and if you're just starting, obviously you probably are not going to be. And there's also other factors such as the size of your product, the weight of your product, whether the product may be too hazardous to be flown in by air, and a variety of other factors. But yeah, sea shipping is for large bulk, and basically the sort of the progression of this whole thing is you start with Air Express, and you'll be doing Air Express for quite a while probably. I still do a lot of Air Express shipping. And then the progression after Air Express is a combination of Air Express and sea ocean freight, and then possibly just ocean freight. If you're just at massive scale, you're absolutely crushing it, and you're ordering huge amounts of product. This is going to be probably what you and I, okay, are going to realistically be doing for the foreseeable future. A combination of ocean freight plus Air Express. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, again, Air Express takes so fast, 5 to 7, maybe 10 to 15 if we're just doing regular air, which is still fast to get into Amazon. Well, chances are, we're going to have product at Amazon in some way, shape, or form for a long time. So the smart thing to do is to actually, like, what's the word I'm looking for, right? Space out, or batch out your shipping. So you get 30% or so of your units to be shipped by air express, so you never run out of stock, and then you get the remaining large bulk amount to be shipped on the back end by ocean freight, and which ends up saving you large amounts of money. That's usually the smartest way to go about it. And if you know before you even get to that point, you're probably just going to be doing air express exclusively. And again, that's going to be the easiest way to go. It's going to be pretty cheap, and you're not going to have to worry about anything. So how do you actually, if you want to ship by ocean freight, do it? Well, there's two things you do. Number one, you ask the supplier if they have their own freight forwarder, and if they do, then you ask them for quote. You want to ask your supplier for a quote using their own freight forwarder. Now, sea shipments require a freight forwarder. Unlike Air Express, okay, with Air Express, everything is handled for you, like customs, like all the duties, all the crap that you don't want to be bothered with is already dealt with in Air Express. With sea shipping, you have to actually coordinate the transportation of the units from the factory to the port in China, from the port in China over to the port in California or the USA. And then once it lands at the port in the USA, how is it then going to get transported via ground to the Amazon FBA warehouse? It takes a little more of a methodical approach and a little more thought involved with sea shipping, because you have to kind of account for that. That's why we get That's why we hire people known as freight forwarders, because they handle all this stuff for us, and then we just pay them a fee. So that's exactly why people get freight forwarders, because they do this work for us. And there are so many out there who can do a good job, so many recommendations. There's two that I recommend that I use: Fleet and Worldcraft Logistics. Now, those are the two that I've used and had good luck with. Like I said, there are a million out there. There's really no right or wrong forwarder. You just have to do a lot of price shopping, because you will get a lot of varying rates based on the forwarders that you contact. And I have done a lot of research. I've contacted a lot of freight forwarders in my time, just to try to iron out who has the best rates, who has the best service, etc. And these are the two that I have sort of narrowed down to. Usually they give me the best rates. So these are the two that I like. Just my recommendation. I'm not affiliated in any way with these companies, but I'm just telling you how I do it. Now, I'm not really going to get in any deeper than this. I'm not going to get into all the different size containers, like LTL, less than truckload, LCL. I'm not really going to get into that, to the actual metrics and shipping dimensions of freight. It's really not that necessary. I mean, it's good to know, and you can look these things up yourself on Google and stuff like that, but if you know what I just showed you right here, this is more than enough to get started off on the right foot and know what you're doing. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one. What's up, guys? Hope all is good. So we have selected our product, we found our supplier. The next step is we need to print out the item labels for our products. And what those are is they're called FNSKU labels, and one of these small little labels need to go on the outside of each and every packaging box that our product is in. So whether your product is packaged in a box, in a sleeve, in a bag, it doesn't really matter. Each of them will require one of these little FNSKU labels, aka barcodes, in order to be shipped and scanned into FBA. without any problems. So luckily for us, we can get our supplier to do this for free. And in the past, this wasn't always the case. In the past, before Amazon FBA started getting so big, suppliers were less familiar with this whole process and most of the time used to actually charge 5 or 10 cents per label. Nowadays, we have the luxury of these suppliers being really, really well accustomed to Amazon. In fact, most of the time you don't even have to ask them if they can put the labels on for free. 9 out of 10 will just do it for free now. Now I highly advise you ask them anyway. A simple message that goes like this, hey, as you know, we're going to sell our products on Amazon. And as you also know, due to FBA requirements, each product needs its own individual SKU label to go on the outside of each of the boxes. Can you do that for us if we send you the labels? And like I said, they'll be so used to it, they'll be totally cool with it. And that's that. It literally will take you all of 2 minutes to get them over the labels. And what we got to do is just come over here to inventory, manage inventory. To the right of your desired product, you see the edit. You also see the 2 little arrows next to it. Click those arrows. It brings up a drop-down menu. And you see this option here, print item labels. We click that, and it's as easy as that. Leave this paper sticker type at the default setting. This will be just fine. And simply adjust the number of labels to print to however many products you have. So if you're sourcing 1,000 products, you will put in 1,000 labels. After you input your desired number of labels, simply hit print item labels. They will print as a PDF. All you have to do then is either email or Skype message your supplier the PDF, and your job is done. It's that easy. So in the past, we used to either have to get charged by the supplier, or Amazon can actually do this labeling service for you for, I believe, 20 cents per label, which is absolutely outrageous. Please don't waste your money. Just ask your supplier to do it for free, and then send them the labels just how I showed you, and you'll be off to the races with no additional cost. Thanks for watching. Let's get into the next video. All right, welcome. So this might look familiar here. This is the template that I used to contact the Chinese supplier for the workout gloves in the last video, and I'm going to be giving it to you 100% free. I hope you enjoy that. I even give you some guidelines. I point out some things, I go over things, and here is email 1. There's only one email, okay? I'm not going to give you templates for all the follow-up discussion because it's so situational and different, per discussion. The important thing is the opener, right? Making that first impression. So here's the introduction, and this is for the introduction if you already know exactly what the type of product you want. Example, price point, color, size, quantity, everything. That's when you use this template. In scenario 2, you have no idea how exactly you want the design to be. You just want something different and unique. And this is the one that I used, right, for the workout glove, because I didn't know what kind of design glove that I wanted. So I wanted to hear from them if they could offer me anything unique. That's that. So hope you will enjoy that. You can thank me later. One last thing I want to go over before we sort of shift gears into something different is this company right here. And there's a lot of these companies out there. This is just the one that I use, and I've used different ones in the past. This one is the fairest priced, and they do a good job in terms of reporting, giving you, accurate data, and, emailing you updates. That's why I like these guys. Called globalinsp.com. This is a third-party inspection company. And what these people do is they're on the ground in China. You contact them, you tell them the address of your factory, the type of product you sell. You fill in all the details about your product, where your manufacturer is located, all of that kind of good stuff, and they will actually send someone on the ground to monitor your items during production. It's called a third-party inspection. It's very common, and it's a great idea, especially because it only costs you around $100. Now, if you're really, really pinching pennies, then don't worry about it. If you have a little bit more money in the bank, a little bit more budget, it's well worth your time because it can prevent disaster. It's especially important if you sell electronics or any type of topical or ingestible item. It's less important if you sell just boring, non-hazardous, or threatening items, but it is still a good idea regardless of the product you sell. To do this, I highly recommend it. It's $100, and you can have complete peace of mind with photos. They take photos of the products being produced in the factory. They do quality control and everything like that. Highly recommend it. Again, it's just a little bonus. We're on to the next video now. Thanks.